So this TradingView hack that I figured out changed my trading forever because now I have an unlimited wealth of different indicators, ideas that I can build into automated trading systems. My name is Moondev. I'm an automated trader. I show everything on YouTube for free because I believe code's a great equalizer. On this GitHub here, that is 100% free. You can see, okay, here's just a back test. You could use this as a template. Okay, I'll copy this as a template. I'm going to throw it on over to my AI here and I'm going to show you this hack. It's so sick. So I'm going to go throw it right here and I'm going to say something like this. Here's a backtest template for you. I'm about to give you an indicator, all the code to the indicator. So you could go ahead and use this as a template, this backtest as a template, and then go ahead and build out a new backtest. You could go ahead and use the same data path and all that good stuff as this one. This file can be found inside of the quant folder. And yeah, I'll just link it right here so you can make this new backtest based off of it. So essentially, TradingView has thousands and thousands of different indicators, right? You can add them to your screen, add them to your chart, whatever. That's cool at all. But it's even cooler when you know how to use AI and you know how to code. So I'm going to show you everything here. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. So here is the hack. Any indicator that you want to see the actual code for is on. You can find it here by just going to any of these. I have a bunch of favorites like the QQE mod, and you can just hit this little source code button and you get all of their code, all of the code for these indicators. So any indicator that is here on TradingView, I can go ahead and get the code. And that's so sick. Because, okay, like these trending, yada, yada, island reversal by Lux Algo, they worked super hard on it. And now I get all their code. And I can just say, hey, let me get that code. Plus, you saw the prompt I put in. It's an example. It's an example of another backtest. And all of this code is on GitHub. Okay, go ahead and build that backtest for me. So instead of being like these guys that are getting liquidated right now, why not spend your time on back testing? See if things actually work in the past. If they work in the past, they're much more likely to work in the future. That's the RBI system I follow. And now we have AI agents that can do the heavy lifting for us. And also, you saw that hack right there. Any idea on TradingView is mine now. Literally. Editor's picks. I can go through here and say, oh, shoot, I want to build an idea off the ATAI. Okay, let's grab all the code. Grab all the code, do exactly what I just did here. You have all of the scripts that you need in order to have the examples. If you go to my GitHub, this is free. Just go hit star and fork in order to get all the code. Go to the SRC here. And then here in quant, there are a bunch of there's a couple backtests you can use as examples. So you just give her this example that knows exactly how to build a backtest. You also go here and pick your favorite indicator from TradingView. I was just mind blown to see this because I know how hard it is to build out these indicators. But in order to post here on TradingView, you have to give them the code, and we get that code. You can see, done. I've created the island reversal backtest. Here's what it does. It detects bullish gaps and bearish gaps. Tracks when an island forms. Price gaps one direction, consolidates, then gaps back. Bullish island reversal, bearish gap down, consolidation. So you can see, I didn't even know what the strategy was. And I was able to build a backtest, something that would have taken me 8 hours to do. So you can see the island reversal here, and now I'll just have to debug it and run it until it prints out the actual, you can see it works, boom. One shotter, dude, one shotter. And it's one-shotted it simply because you have all of the templates, right? So now you know the ultimate hack here in order to build out any idea from any indicator. And there's literally thousands of these. So I can just sit here and say, hey, okay, I want to build another one. So let's find one. Delta ladder. Okay, let's go here and say, okay, I got the Delta ladder. Nice, dude. Great job with that backtest. Go ahead and build me another new backtest. Same template. Here's this new indicator though. So I can sit here and do this all day long. Everybody else is trying to trade by hand using too much leverage, but I know I have unlimited time. So I'm going to use that unlimited time to research and then backtest. You can research ideas by simply scrolling through here and these indicators. Okay, let's backtest them each. Okay. After we backtest them each, we become more knowledgeable. We have new ideas that work or they don't work. If they work, okay, let's try them with another idea that might work or it might not work. I don't know anything. I just test more than you. If I test more than you, I'm going to figure out more ideas than you, but I'm no different than you. I just focused here for a long time and I figured out secrets like this one. This one makes me feel like a god. I feel unstoppable because the hardest part of algorithmic trading is coming up with the idea that is actually profitable. You're eventually going to run out of ideas in your mind. I have a ton of ideas on this roadmap for you if you want them. But that being said, you're eventually going to work through all of your ideas. So, how do you get more ideas? Well, I just showed you the ultimate trading view hack. It's literally every single piece of code that anybody uses on TradingView for any indicator in the entire TradingView world. There's thousands, probably tens of thousands. You can see she's done already. So, wow, just like that. Now you know that anytime you see an indicator that you want to test, please, please, please do not test it in TradingView. TradingView does something called repainting. What is repainting? It's essentially being able to see the data and then changing the signal so it looks really good on their backtest, when in reality, it's not quite as good. If you know how to backtest with PineScript, which is TradingView's coding language, Python is just one more step. And it doesn't even matter these days because you see, okay, let me try it again. You see, AI knows every single language. So liquidity void detector, expected value Monte Carlo, market angled volume. Okay, let's try the angled volume here. Let's say grab that code. See, we're back testing. Grab this code. Okay. Build a third one with this indicator. So you can see in less than 10 minutes, I've already knocked out two different back tests. I'm working on my third. So here's the delta ladder here. You can see it explains it perfectly. And then it goes ahead and codes the back test. There is some debugging that needs to be done. As you can see, both those back tests didn't show any trades. So sometimes they're going to be too tight. You'll have to loosen them up. I can say something like this. I'm using Claude Code right here. So I can say, let's go ahead and make sure there's no debug prints on the optimization, like each trade, because then it's super hard to see what is actually going on. I want you to print out the original stats first and then go into the optimization so I can see the original stats first. Yeah, let's go ahead and make sure there's no debug prints on the buy and sell because it makes it super hard to see the original stats. I want you to print out the original stats first and then go into the optimization. So there will be some debugging, but this process right here that you're seeing me do used to take me 8 hours for one back test, and I've already written two. So okay, let's account. It takes 10 minutes to build a back test now, and before it used to take 8 hours. Okay, coming up with the idea is some extra time too. So now you have a place that you can go and find unlimited ideas and just follow this process all day long until you find things that work great. It's the RBI system. Process of automating your trading starts with the research of trading strategies. So this is kind of researching, right? You're researching indicators at least in order to build out your strategy. Will any of these just plug and play and make $1 million? Probably not, but they can help improve your current strategy or one that you figure out in the future. I'm not a big believer in just, hey, one indicator, just trade based off of that. I think you have to at least make something a bit unique, maybe bring in some liquidation data, order flow data, or just build out a unique indicator that nobody else is using. And that could be a combination of multiple. You can see you now have three different back tests. So in 10 minutes, I was able to create three different back tests off of indicators that somebody worked really, really hard on. They worked really, really hard on this. They put it on Pine script, and I just hacked it by grabbing the code and building it on over to Python. If you want to learn more, because I know this is deep, this is fast, I have a boot camp where I'll show you step by step how to automate your trading in the next 15 days. There's a no questions asked, 100% money back guarantee. So there is zero risk to you. If you are a TradingView user, and you're trading by hand, that is 1,000 times more risky than taking a quantitative approach, because you could sit here, use my little hack I showed you in order to build backtests forever and come up with so many profitable ideas in the past. Now, if they're profitable in the past, they're not guaranteed to be profitable in the future, but they're much more likely than just waking up at 9:30 a.m., drinking a sip of coffee and saying, hey, it's time to trade. So make sure to join the boot camp or at least hit subscribe.